All right. I believe we're tuned in. There we go. Get the sound recorder. Whoop. There we go. All right, folks. Well, welcome to the... Sorry, there's no intro music this time around. But good evening, good day, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is around the world. Welcome to the next LPX Podcast. Today's episode is numero 6, and this is actually following back-to-back between last week because 3 weeks ago I wasn't able to do it then, so... I promised you guys I would do a back-to-back podcast. There you go. This is number 6, not number 5. Sorry about the little miss out there for those of you on the YouTubeverse. But quickly, I want to give a shout-out to all those people tuning in right now. So I got good morning, Game with Speedy 2, Blazing Geek, Alexander Linares, 955, Godson. And that's it so far. Today's episode is number 6. Welcome, guys. Thank you for those of you tuning in live to the podcast last week because... and then as well as for those of you tuning in through SoundCloud, I promise you guys I would do it which I haven't set up yet, but I will in the future. But also just listening on this out there. Or if you guys are listening to on the YouTube course. So quickly, I want to give a shout out to all stopping in right now. Today's episode is going to be a little a different taste one than my last previous ones because as most of you who are gaming fans, this welcome guys. Thank you for those of you tuning in live to the podcast. And then as well as for those of you I was able to tune in this week's podcast, I just want to be talking about Speedy 3. So it doesn't have to be just video games because I know you guys have a lot of questions. But I'm going to be doing a live Q&A. Today's episode is going to be at the second half of the podcast. So if you guys want to save your tech questions until then, that would be appreciated. I definitely want to be focusing on E3 for the first half hour to an hour or so because a lot of stuff happened, not only just around this week's podcast, video games, but also technology. They've announced so many things that I am so excited for. As well as they doing a live clarify at the second day, straightened out some rumors and stuff too. So I was really happy. I don't know, for those of you who are actually following my channel, I posted immediately right after they announced the Final Fantasy VII remake. I actually had a reaction freak out from it. I would have been more verbal, but I was just so awestruck when they announced that. I forgot, a friend of mine texted me and was like, hey, you watching the Sony press conference? And I totally forgot, and I was like, oh crap, I was going to do a live reaction to it, so I quickly turned it on, and I was getting my mic set up, my camera set up, and all of a sudden I saw blue lights flickering, and all of a sudden, like, I got caught off guard. If you watch the video, you just see me, like, awestruck. I'm just speechless, because I'm just like, I would have been more verbal, but I was just, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. No, you've been lying to me for the last 10 years. You wouldn't bring this game out. Hey, you wouldn't. You know, Squaresoft, you're like the other Japanese publishers. You're going away with tertiary games and going with app development. You're firing everybody. And I'm just, when they announced that, I freaked out. That video pretty much justified itself. I was so happy. Like this year, I don't know if any of you guys are gamers, but I'm 27 this year, so I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with the Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, etc. And I'm just finally glad that this year's E3 was focused around the game, and there was some tech involved. Unlike the last previous years, where especially Microsoft, they were only focused on, well, we're going to be providing this service and this TV streaming service, and this download and this new hardware. Like, no, let's get down to business. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with the games, and I'm really glad that they did this year. Even Microsoft jumped on board, and even Nintendo. A lot of people are giving Nintendo crap, but I really loved what they had to offer. Unlike the last previous years, for those of you in the live comment board right now, I'm not sure if you guys are game fans. If you guys want to go ahead and comment or have any questions in general, in general about it, please feel free to talk about it. But later on, I am going to be talking about the updated Oculus Rift as well as the Project Morpheus for Sony. I didn't obviously get to play around with them, but I have pretty good experience with the Oculus Rift. as well as VR, and so I'm pretty well versed. And so I watched a lot of other YouTubers who got to go to E3 and other people reporting it. So I'm going to go ahead. But later on, I'm sorry, talking about I watched those. I have a pretty good opinion of what it is. I'm really excited for more talk for and we'll talk about that in a bit. But let me geek out for a moment. I have a pretty good experience with the Oculus Rift. I got to talk about this kind of as well as VR. For those of you who are Star Wars fans. And so, quickly before I continue, Kim Misan just appeared. And Blazing Geek, I did not realize that you were Korean too. Well, for my Korean fans, for the one or two that are in here right now, annyeong. But for those of you who are Korean, annyeong. But yeah, but going back to what I was saying, for those of you who are Star Wars, like this year, they announced a lot of new IPs, mainly Microsoft. And Blazing Geek, I did not realize that you were Korean too. With their established franchise. Well, also my Korean fans, for the one or two that are perfect example right now, is actually Nintendo. I'm glad that they actually put out, for those of you who are Korean, it was pretty much like you create your own Mario world. But yeah, so you can go ahead and create your own stages. Either last year, they announced a lot of new IPs, mainly Microsoft. I just like that because I think growing up too, like we would have wished that we would have had that customization ability, but obviously right now it's actually Nintendo. The technology wasn't actually put out. For those of you who are Korean, it was pretty much like you create your own Mario world. But yeah, so you can go ahead and say, but there's stuff like that. But unfortunately, like so, a lot of people were expecting Nintendo to be launching new piece of hardware, but they didn't. Because the Wii U is finally hitting its stride. Because now they're coming out with we would have wished those would have done everything, but it is rumored that they're going to come out with obviously next year, which will be sort of pretty much mid-on was the console out. So definitely be expecting something big. Pretty much like you create your own. And another thing too, a lot of viewers, there's stuff like that. But unfortunately, like so, a lot of people were expecting it's pretty much be launching. That Nintendo doesn't treat E3 as they didn't. The Wii U is finally just kind of like they do a couple announcements here and there, but they wait. But it is rumored that they're going to come with their own press con next year, which will be pretty much mid-on was the console. Be on the lookout, guys. So definitely be expecting gaming for a few years now. A lot of viewers, it looks like we're finally getting press. Unfortunately, like so very expensive. It's pretty much mid-on, and hopefully Nintendo doesn't treat you guys see you guys when business takes off, you guys are going to see more gaming here and there. Not just like electric, but it is rumored that they're going to get their own press con. I'm pretty much going to do that walkthrough. So definitely expect. I'm not going to do as much as like doing fun horror reactions. 10-minute videos would be the ones that would be very. I really want to see that, and hopefully, whether it's for entertainment value or not, guys, very nostalgic time. You guys are really playing Leonard Holly, who just joined in here, suggested to me that because I'm such a huge Final Fantasy VII fan, why don't I actually do a I'm not going to record it as much as watching fun horror reactions. 10-minute videos would be the ones that there's that. But for those of you, I mentioned earlier, but for those of you who are Star Wars entertainment value or not, I could not get enough of the new Battlefront. Playing Leonard Holly was joined in here. The trailer looked absolutely ridiculous. I'm such a huge gameplay. I watched some videos and people just because they actually had multiplayer stations set up, so watching fun and see what it would be like. And I just that is just but for those of you, I mentioned earlier, but the future gaming, and the thing is, for those of you who are interested, we're not getting enough business. I'm not going to spill my beans, but what I'm looking to do is the trailer looked absolutely. I'm going to capitalize on gameplay. I have not watched like 7 videos. Don't take that the wrong way. Because they actually now it's time if multiplayer they try to set up. This is the time to see what it right now. It is in. I mean, Nintendo with their Amiibos, Minecraft taking off, and everybody consoles are buying it back. And the thing is, Steam, if you are interested, we're not getting ever. The community is absolutely buzzed right now. What I'm going to do is the trailer. There we go. Oh my gosh, I apologize. Folks, I apologize because I did not realize I made a mistake. The audio is repeating. Sorry guys. I messed up in the audio because I'm supposed to mute the YouTube video that I'm watching. Because I'm just to see your comment boards, I gotta have the live feed up as well too. So I forgot to mute it. So sorry guys. Let me know if the audio is okay now. I'm obviously not gonna put that part up on YouTube now just because it's. All right. Sorry, it's on a slight delay. If I'm a little paused here. All right, but moving on. Sorry, the the audio should be fixed now. If I can just get clarification from someone. Okay, better. Okay, good. All right, we're good. All right, we can move on. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Oh man, for those of you who are watching the live version of the or the recorded of the podcast, you know what, I'm just gonna put a note in there so you can just go ahead and skip it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, your phones and your devices don't have issues. This is my fault, my idiot fault. I forgot to mute the background noise. So let me mute that as well. So all you hear now is just my voice, folks. Just go ahead and turn off your screens and listen to DJ Andrew Huang. But yeah, just guys, once again, if you guys are gaming fans, like it's definitely the time to get in. Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm upset that Hideo Kojima was fired, that Konami let him go, but I'm at least happy that he still had his hands in Metal Gear Solid 5 and they're still going to release it out. So I have big hopes for that game. So fingers crossed. I mean, I still got a couple PS4 games that I haven't opened yet. They just been sitting back in the corner there, being neglected. I wish I had more time to play games and stuff, but that's later in the future, per se. But there's that. But that's pretty. I just wanted to just kind of talk about that. So we'll just move on from there. But I want to go ahead and talk about Project Morpheus, which is Sony's take on virtual reality. And they announced this several years back, pretty much right around when Oculus was coming out with their second development kit, and pretty much Sony was like, we're gonna get it in it too. So they brought out like a Gen 1 version, and I obviously, like, I never had a chance to use it. I wish I could have, and especially after seeing all the YouTubers and the other YouTuber game channels testing it out at E3, they all loved it. They all loved the game that Sony actually developed in-house for it. So I am so excited, because the one thing you have to be really excited for about this device is, forget the comfortability, forget the look of it, the screen clarity. Pretty much all the devices coming out at the end of the year, early next year, they're going to be pretty much on par with one another. They're going to be light, they're all going to be comfortable, they're all going to be the viewing experience and screen clarity will all be there. I think it's going to be that. It's the design. But what I'm really excited about Sony's take on this is that they're developing it for a closed box system. And what I mean by that is a non-PC, like it's not a PC. So you won't have to have any computer knowledge to play this thing. It's just like the same argument I had with the Gear VR. It's going to be very easy for anyone to adopt the virtual reality, because they simply buy this unit. If you have a PS4, you buy this unit, you go home, plug it in, and you can just go ahead and start playing games. There's no configuration or super setup. You have to maybe set up a camera or something like that, but that's it. If you're playing with the Oculus Rift per se, it's still a development phase right now, even though they're starting to finalize it out. But at first, you literally had to download the SDK. You had to put in some extra firmware. You had to make sure your computer was up to specs. You had to make sure you had the right version. And so there was a lot of text. Didn't require too much technology, but you need to be a little bit savvy to get this thing going. But once you did, it was an awesome experience. But this will just make the adoption rate even better. And the thing is, I wouldn't even say you don't have to say, oh, Morpheus versus Oculus Rift. You don't have to say that. I mean, I'm going to talk about them in a bit, but them teaming up with Microsoft that's going to hinder my argument there. But look at it differently like that, because now there's going to be no one in the market that's not going to have access to virtual reality. So whether you have a smartphone, you can get yourself a Google Cardboard, or you can get the Gear VR if you have a Samsung phone. Even if you have an iPhone, there's like some third-party rigs that you can buy out there. But also virtual reality was also reserved for those with just PCs. But now console gamers are no longer isolated. They can actually now have a viable option to play these things. So it is just quite awesome. And the games that they showed during the press conference and stuff, I was all for it. I mean, that's awesome. Like that, the fact that developing these games in-house solely for the Morpheus just makes it that much better. Now, I'll talk about the Oculus Rift games later on, but it's not simply just transposing the existing game into the unit, which you can do right now. I did that with the PC games, like Battlefield 4. I was playing my Oculus Rift with Battlefield 4 for the longest time. Now, Battlefield 4 wasn't what's it called, dedicated, wasn't meant for the Oculus Rift, but it is a fully rendered 3D environment. So technically speaking, you could use the Oculus Rift, and it worked well. You had to use a third-party program, but damn, the immersion in that game, especially when you were using vehicles, bullets flying across your face and stuff, like, it got intense. And actually, like, I loved playing that game that way much more than playing it on my small monitor. Obviously, you can't play for long periods of time, so it got uncomfortable here and there, but the new units, especially this Morpheus unit, even though it looks the same, apparently they made a lot of improvements to it, so it's a lot lighter, a lot more comfortable to use, and it looks good. It doesn't look like it'll be too intrusive. I like the fact that it's almost like a visor mode, so you can actually have it on and just flip the thing up if you need to look at the world, and flip it right back down to get back into gaming. So it's going to be very interesting. And as well as too, like, they already have the motion tracking technology already with them, so they can just use the PlayStation Move and the PlayStation Camera, and it'll be seamless. But you can count me in as being one of the first people to buy this, because I also do have a PS4. So whenever they're available for pre-order, my guess, it's probably going to be costing around $200 to $300 for the entire unit. So you'll get the headphone, you'll get the headset, you'll get the motion camera, and maybe a pair of Move controllers. Fingers crossed for that, because that'll make the deal worth it, in my opinion. So there's that. So I encourage every single one of you, whether you're here live or listening afterwards, to go online and check it out. I'm definitely going to be making more virtual reality videos to kind of show what it would be like. Really, to be honest, like, those virtual reality videos out there in the reviews, they're cool to watch, and it's fun to watch people's reaction, but you can't really go off of those people. Like, I'll still make them, because I'll let you know if the app's really good or not. But at the same time, these are things that you actually physically really have to try for yourself, because we can sit there and it's like, oh my gosh, that was the most scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I cried. I could say all that and show you all that, but until you try for yourself, you're going to be one of the naysayers saying you're just acting to get views, blah, 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 blah. I dare you to try Dread Halls. Every single one of you. I dare you to try it. And if you beat it, let me know. So there's that, folks. The immersion in these things, and I'm going to pretty much say Sony is not some third-party developer. They're not some, some small startup. No, they have the resources to get this going. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how this becomes. We'll see that. And if I have my store up and running by then, you guys can go ahead and stop on in and experience virtual reality for yourselves. But yeah, that's just for those of you in the comment boards right now. I don't know what you guys think about it, if you have seen videos or not. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. There's that too. Oh, and by the way, I probably should, if you guys give me a moment, I should probably log into Twitter really quick to see if there's any questions on the Twitterverse. So let me just go ahead and find something really quick. Just give me 1 second, folks. Podcast. There we go. Nothing. All right, there were no questions asked, so it's all good. So yeah. But speaking of VR, let's go ahead and talk about what Oculus is doing with their unit. So Facebook So that's Oculus. So Oculus is finally coming out with their retail version of their unit finally, and they've been out for about 3 years at this point. And I'm glad to say that I'm liking the design, but I am not too much of a fan of their headphones. But the thing is, at the same time, I don't know what quality they are. I mean, they don't look too intrusive. They look like the simple over-the-ear headphone units. But I'm going to be really interested in seeing how it actually feels and sounds, because I would like to play it. I like playing the virtual reality stuff on my surround sound headphones. So I'm most likely they're going to be removable. It's not like they're going to force you to have it one unit. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And what I'm glad they did was they changed the materials. So it's not the hard plastic of the DK2. So they're using a different type of like a textile plastic now for all the covers, so that all the IR sensors can go through it. Looks like it's just a simple improvement of the Development 2 kit. But it looks a lot more comfortable because every YouTuber pretty much said that it was really comfortable to use, and everything. So I'm really glad about that. Looks like they're not adopting the same laser tracking as the HTC Vive, which is not a bad thing because I'll put it this way: not everybody has a blank room in their house. Like this, let's just be honest. You can go ahead and make space, but you're going to want to use that room for more than just virtual reality. It'll be a nice thing to experience maybe at a demo place, but this is more realistic. And if the motion tracking on the DK2 wasn't perfect, but it was definitely nice to have when playing stuff. And from the looks of the demos that they have going on, it looks like they improved the sensors a lot more. But another cool thing that they did. So another thing too. I didn't hear anybody complain about the screen door effect, meaning the pixelation. So because you're taking small screens and you're magnifying them on your eyes, so you're pretty much going to see any pixels. But it looks like the resolution has been tuned up enough to the point where they can actually. The screen door effect, it looks like it's been virtually eliminated. So that's really good news. I haven't heard a single person say it yet. So if you guys have heard something, please let me know so I can go ahead and read that review and stuff. But one interesting move, well, not so interesting, but one interesting move that Oculus did was team up with Microsoft. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it was a PC-based VR unit anyway, so it was almost a natural move. But the beauty of what they're doing is, the one thing that this unit will have over the PlayStation 4 is that not only can you play all the PC-based games, all the games meant for it, all the libraries of the games that have been out there made by the indie game community on the PC world, but now you can go ahead and stream the Xbox One to the VR unit. Yes, that is awesome because I'm actually, even though I left Microsoft when the Xbox One and PS4 came out because of their, power move, I'm still a Halo fan. I still love to play Halo. There's a couple IPs that they do have that are exclusive to them only. So coming this fall, I'm gonna buy an Xbox One. I had the 360 for the longest time, so it's about time I come back. But I'm going to get both these units. I'm going to have Project Morpheus and the Oculus VR because, folks, I don't know about you guys, I'm completely sold on virtual reality because I'm very convinced that this is the future of, it's not going to replace current gaming, but it's the next step in the experience that you can have for gaming because the graphics can only get so good, before, you can only change gameplay so much. What's the next wall? Put yourself in the game. We always play these role-playing games and these action, all these games to pretend that we're the character and controlling them. Well, why not actually pretend that you're the character and go in there? So it's awesome. Blazing Geek, you just mentioned the HoloLens. I'll talk about that in a bit too. But the HoloLens isn't quite competing with these, in my opinion, because let's just put it this way: augmented reality is a different experience than virtual reality. So just put it that way. Trust me, I don't see them as competitors. They're two completely different experiences that you can have because Virtual reality, you got full immersion gaming. You are not in your living room. You are not at your house. You're not in your lawn. You're not at work. You are in that world, playing that game in that world, and whatever character you are and whatever it is. Augmented reality, on the other hand, you're still in your environment, but you see the stuff in front of you. Trust me, I'm all for the HoloLens. Like whatever the HoloLens is going to be, and whatever Google Glass, their second version, is going to be as well too. Definitely look forward to improvements in the AR technology, because while they shrunk the HoloLens a little bit more, so it looks a little bit more streamlined, it's still a pretty big unit. You would look kind of ridiculous if you're the only one in your household walking around that damn thing, or if you were at work. But just like that is actually a topic that I'm going to save for another video in the future. But just a quick thing on that is just like, imagine walking into an office and there's nothing there. It's just tables, blank screens, like just glass panes and white walls. But as soon as you put your HoloLens on, that blank canvas turns into a giant office space. You have screens everywhere, workspaces going up and down. You have people's faces for chat, email. Like, it's the future. I encourage every single one of you to go watch a video called A Day of Glass. It's made by Corning. It's pretty much talking about the future of glass technology and where it might go and how displays might be in the future. And I think HoloLens and the Google Glass and AR technology in general will help us ease into that kind of stuff. Or it might be a hybrid of the two in the future. But going back to virtual reality, folks, because that's my main topic. I'm just glad that Oculus Rift has come so far, because their Kickstarter took off like gangbusters. And I got the DK1 kit. I got it second hand, but that thing blew me away. And ever since the DK1 kit, I was sold. I was absolutely sold on it. Because, guys, the reason why I think it's the future is because if you haven't tried it for yourself, there's nothing like it. Every single person that I have let them try my virtual reality units, all end up giggling and smiling. Why do you think that is? It's because for that moment, they're taken away. Whether they're at the Cirque du Soleil show, they're on the beach, they're in France, or they're in this little Pokemon world or something, they're not there. When I put them in roller coaster simulations, they're not screaming and laughing just for show. They are legitimately having those hell-seeking feelings, the feeling that they're falling, like they are, like, when you're going, like, I had the perfect example was when I took it to, I actually showcased this. I showcased my Gear VR at work, and I had a guy pretty much just give me crap the entire time. He's like, but I know he was pretty much saying, but I know it's not real. It's a video. I'm in the office. I'm in this chair, and you guys are all around me. I know it's fake. So why would I be scared? He was giving me all his attitude, and I'm like, do you not watch horror movies? He's like, yeah, but they don't scare me, but they scare other people, and they know it's not real, but it still scares them. It's like, but this is different. It's a game. I'm gonna put these things on, and I'm instantly gonna know it's all fake. It's not gonna scare me. So I had him try a video called Catatonic, and it's pretty much a horror tech video, but it's a horror movie. It's a 360 horror movie clip of you going down this insane asylum, and that's the setup for it. I actually have a video. I have a video of me reacting to it. I'm freaking out like crazy. I'm actually going to post another one soon because I think I finally solved the Gear VR streaming issue. Thankfully, I think. So we'll see. But yeah, like I was like, all right, try this with the headphones, volume all the way up in his swivel chair, and then let's see how you do it. And he took me up on the offer. So we sat him down, and all the coworkers got their cameras out because I'm like, just watch this. And as soon as he sat down, he was like, he shut up. He did not say a single word because as soon as you sit down, the elevator's open. It's a dark, creepy freaking hallway, and it says insane asylum. And you instantly are like, oh shit, like this is real. Like like your brain is fighting itself. You're telling yourself it's fake, but your brain is fighting itself, and all of a sudden you're in. And it's so about halfway through. It's creepy for about for like 2/3 of it, but the final third is when like things go nuts and zombies are coming left and right. People are in your face, and he was sweating. He didn't scream, but you can see him like his hands getting tight, and he was just like starting to like really cringe. And you can see his teeth almost came out, and he started sweating like crazy. And so I did the fun move of poking him, because I knew exactly what scene he was at, because he was looking around like confused. And as soon as I poked him, he fell off the chair. He legitimately had a panic attack. And so, I mean, there you go. Like, you have to try it for yourself. Like, virtual reality is the future. And not only because of the experience, folks, but think about this. The future of movies. They already have developed 360-degree cameras, and they're actually working on commercial versions of them as well right now. But imagine if a concert, a family event, a wedding, a show, or even a movie was shot with these cameras. Every time you watch that video or movie, the experience will never be the same, because you can view it in different angles. For those of you who are Game of Thrones fans, imagine being in the middle, let's say, of the throne room in King's Landing, and they're just having a conversation. Instead of panning back and forth, you can be literally in the middle of the room, like you're actually, let's say you can be a bystander, and you can look left and right, and you're there. Like, the movie demos that they had were really were ridiculous. Like, I encourage you guys to watch all my VR videos, and there's more out there, but it's definitely the future. I mean, even the Cirque du Soleil show. I mean, the fact that I've never seen Cirque du Soleil, I really want to see it, but I've never seen it. But I could experience it for those 3 minutes, and I was like, and I felt like I was on stage. Like I am absolutely blown away how simple, but how fun this stuff can be. Watching movies, like I watch movies on my Gear VR all the time. I'll sit in my bed, and before I go to bed, I'll watch like a TV episode here or there. But I'm sitting in a home theater in my bedroom. But I can't wait to see the future of this, because personally, guys, even though I'm old now, if they ever released a Pokemon World RPG on this thing, you might not see me for a week. But that stupid comment aside, but I definitely believe in it, so I really can't wait to see it. So let's go ahead and move on, though. But let me go turn this off. And those are the topics I wanted to talk about. Like, I quickly went through E3 and everything, so don't worry about that, folks. But I want to go right into Q&A. Because if I've learned anything from my last 5 podcasts, is you guys just for the, especially a Friday night crowd, we're all just fellow geeks hanging out. Let's just talk. Let's, what questions do you guys have for me, for each other? Let's just get a discussion going. So we can do that. So for those of you guys listening into the post comments, if you guys actually have a question, the post video, if you guys actually have a question you guys want answered, I encourage you to leave a comment down below in the video, or just Facebook message me, private message, or just go ahead and Twitter hashtag LPX Podcast, and I'll be more than happy to answer your question, guys. Because to be honest, I actually set up these things live. I don't record and post edit them. I just keep these live and raw, because I want to be here for you guys in case you guys have any questions for me, or just want to get to know me. I'm not shy. I'll go ahead and I'll answer most questions. There was an individual last week that was asking quite personal questions that I did not want to answer, so do that. But let's go ahead and move on to the comment board. Let's see what's been asked. So Leonard Holly, what do you think about the Samsung keyboard situation? Please clarify that. So come back to me on that. Clarify that question for me a bit. But right above him, let's see. read your comments here. Blah blah blah. Jesus Melendez, or is it Jesus? I don't know. Oculus is pretty cool, but sticking to Samsung Gear VR. Just simply easy to use setup without additional hardware, and that's the thing. I know I've been getting a lot of flack for my Oculus Rift versus Gear VR comparison video. A lot of PC gamers, even though I state that I know the experience in the library is better on the Oculus Rift. There's no question about that. But the reason why I let the Gear VR win it is because of how easy it is to use. There's no complicated PC units. There's no complicated cables. It's literally click, click, on, go. That's why I love it. Let's see. Blazing Geek, you have Dwight in the office. That's very true. Gaming with Speedy 2. I lost the back of my Samsung Galaxy S4. I can't find it. Can I replace it, or please help? Oh man, I wish you. I wish you actually asked this like a week and a half ago, because I just upgraded my mom's phone, so we actually had a secondary S4 lying around. I would have just given you the back cover of that. But you should be able to find one for pretty cheap on eBay or something, or Amazon.com. Have you not been able to find one? Yeah, please comment back. Gaming with Speedy. I would definitely like to help you. Just go ahead and keep commenting. But yeah, have you already looked around? Blazing Geek, VR is a future of gaming, entertainment, and exploring. Coming soon to a retail store near you. Let's get Leonard Holly, did you try Amazon for your oh yeah, he's already answering your question. Never mind, I'm sorry, I'm not reading my own comment board. Okay, Izudin Shwaimi. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. Andrew, what state are you in? Because I'm coming to the USA and I'll be in Iowa. I would like to meet you in the future. Oh, that's awesome. Apparently a lot of you guys want to meet me. I would really love to. Unfortunately, I am very far away from Iowa. If I had a picture of the United States, I'm in Pennsylvania, which is pretty much, you can think of it as a 36-hour drive from, not 36 hours. It will be anywhere from 15 to 25-hour drive, if I'm correct in saying that. It's pretty far. So I'm a good distance away. But definitely, sorry. But are you coming to the U.S. for studying abroad or something? Or that's very cool. I actually would like to know, Izuden, what country are you from? Because I'm always interested in seeing where my subscriber base is from around the world. There's a reason why. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I did a thank you video in 128 languages. I know technically it's not 128 because a lot of countries share the same. They share the same languages, but there were over 128 countries with at least one subscriber to my channel. That was ridiculous. The fact that I had someone from Rwanda listening to me, I am like, what? they're listening to this guy with the bad hairdo. I guys, if you guys notice, I do work at a financial company, so I do pretty myself up. But when I come home, I just become casual. Don't judge me on this. For those of you listening in, the stuff that's always behind me, it's my personal collection. A lot of people gave me flack about that, saying that I'm not. You shouldn't listen to this guy. He's not a real tech reviewer. Just look at his background. What about my background? What? What? People who are into video games, anime, and all that kind of stuff can't be tech savvy? Is there all the people in Silicon Valley don't like some sort of this thing? What? It was just a troller, so I just chose to ignore it. So. This is never disappearing. Never disappearing. If anything, it's going to grow because I want to get my collection back. But going back to the original comments, let me go back down. Sorry. Guys, if you guys ever noticed, I apologize if I ever go off topic, because the way my brain works, I talk about one thing and it just goes on to another and another and another. So there's that. Blazing Geek, can you use the Gear VR on PS4? No, I'm sorry, you can't. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Like I know I made a video on the remote play, but the remote play doesn't put it in split screen, so it just won't work. Let me see here. Leonard Holly, I sent you an email saying that the Samsung stock keyboard can be hacked, and Samsung encouraged people to download another keyboard. Really? I didn't even hear about that. I'll go ahead and read your email, dude. Thanks for the heads up, Leonard. Are you talking about like the stock keyboard that comes with it, or like a downloaded one that you get from Samsung? Gaming with Speedy 2. I never looked around, never knew people sold these things. Thanks for the help, Andrew. Oh yeah, Gaming with Speedy. If you go online, you can find almost anything. Like even on the S4, you can get replacement screen, replacement side covers, back cover, battery. You can get a new headphone port if you want it. Because the thing you have to realize is a lot of these companies get their phones mass produced in China. So China makes a crap ton of these things, and they also make a crap ton of replacement parts because they know people are going to break these things. So they'll sell them online for a pretty good price. So don't ever worry. Like they go back all the way to the S, like the Gear S, the Galaxy S1, the very first one. So you're never forgotten. Don't worry. Mark Stevenson, keep up the great podcast. Thank you very much. I don't think these are great. Like when I actually I had to listen to some other people's podcasts to kind of get ideas of what they had, and I just I didn't know. I don't have, unfortunately, like my friends list have gotten a little shorter lately, so I don't really have much people that I can like sit in the same room and have a discussion with. At the same time, I kind of realized that I can just go on talk. It's not narcissistic or anything like that, but I can just go talking by myself. I can just listen to your guys' comments and do that. And it's surprisingly enough, answering your questions and having a conversation with you guys actually passes the time really quickly. So I'm really happy about that. So I think I'll be keeping this style up for a bit. I think later on, if I get bigger, it'll be more structured. But for now, I kind of like this free flow method. Sorry, I'll keep it through my notes here. It's itchy for some reason. Izudin, I will be studying there from Malaysia. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Well, welcome to the States. Actually, that's funny you say Iowa because my cousin who's in South Korea, he studied abroad in Iowa too. And I just asked him, why Iowa? It's literally in the middle of this country in the flatlands. Like, you're going to notice that when you come to Iowa, our country is not I'll put it this way. The areas where there's a lot of people, it's not that flat. It's going to be very flat out there. I know because I actually drove through Iowa before. I did a cross-country road trip before when I was in college. So just be prepared to see, like, nothing. There's that. But definitely welcome, dude. And the thing is, the comment earlier about meeting me, I know I encouraged people a couple weeks back when I did my volunteer event. If you're close to the Philadelphia area, you can come see me, come say hi at the event. No one did, but I'm not too upset. I only had 4,000 people at that time spread across the globe, so I can't expect people to be local coming to see me. But I kind of put it out there, like I know I'm not going to be like, a million subscriber guy anytime in the future right now, but if I ever get that big and I'm actually able to travel around the world because companies invite me to do like sponsored events and stuff, or to come check out their facilities, fingers crossed, I would love that kind of opportunity. But if I ever had that kind of opportunity, I would definitely take some extra time to come meet you guys. So let's say they had an event and they had a company in Malaysia want to invite me out. I would love to go out there and then take some time to go out and meet the fans, because I wouldn't be out there without you guys. So why wouldn't I take the time to do like a meet and greet and let's buy you all around the drinks or something like that. I already have offers from people from Italy and France for me to come, and Stockholm too. So that's far in the future, but maybe soon. We never know. But hey, if you're ever in the Philadelphia area, feel free to hit me up. I'll be more than happy to come down and buy you a drink or something. Mika, haters. Yeah, I know. They're just jealous of this. Blazing Geek. I'm starting a troll extermination company. There's always going to be trollers. I think when I first started this channel, I let it get to me a little bit, but I've learned to just ignore it. I think the best comment I had one day was someone wrote yellow tool, and that's just a derogatory name for Asians because people call African Americans black, obviously Caucasians white, and then what do they have left for us? So they decide to call the palest people on the planet yellow. So this is my little rant really quickly for all the Asians out there. And for those of you in Korea, you guys don't understand this, but in America, people call us Asian folk yellow for some stupid reason. Because I'll put it this way, my skin, especially like right now I'm a little tan face. I was out for a bit, but my skin is paler than most white people, most Caucasians out there. And I actually had this argument. I have a good friend. You guys have probably seen him in my videos. His name is Adam. He's a ginger. He's a big ginger. But we always have this argument when we get drunk. But I'm like, listen, dude, your skin is red and pink. Mine, especially my girlfriend, she's white. She is like pale in the skin. So why are we yellow? Like I always have this argument with them. But I saw that comment. I just giggled. I'm like, really? Like that's your comment? I'm like, okay. But moving on. Let's see, Leonard, I'll definitely check out the link later on. I'll let you know if I have an update on that. I'll message you back since you messaged me on Facebook. Let's see. Let me hear. Gaming with Spitty, do you know where Grove City is? Might visit there in the summer. It sounds familiar. Do you know what state? You know what? I got the time. I'll just look it up really quickly. Let's see here. Now, folks, you gotta understand. I don't have too much time these days to go travel. Just between my full-time job and doing this at the same time. It's Grove City, Pennsylvania. Well, there's several Grove Cities apparently. There's Grove City in PA though. Is that the one you're talking about? Oops, sorry, hold on. Gaming with Speed. Are you from Grove City, Pennsylvania? Because I can take a look really quickly. So there it is. Where are you? Oh, you're okay. You're in between Pittsburgh and Erie. Is that correct? Please go ahead and clarify that for me, Game with Speedy. But I'll come down to you. Blazing Geek, soju. Yes. For those of you who don't know what soju is, I guess a lot of you are familiar with the Japanese sake. This is what's it called? But Korea has their own version of a drink, and it's called soju. I personally like soju better for drinking parties and stuff, but I gotta admit, sake is better with dinner, like a proper dinner. Warm sake really is. I really enjoy. Because I studied abroad in South Korea for 1 year, and then Japan for 6 months. So Blazing Geek and Kim Mi-san, please don't judge me. I know there was like history and stuff, but you gotta admit, Japanese have good food and drinks too, and they got toys. If it wasn't for the Japanese, I wouldn't have this. So you can't really hate them, right? Let me see. Blazing Geek, I'm black and yellow and proud. Blazing, oh, that's awesome, dude. I bet you're gorgeous. I mean that in the most positive way. Because growing up, I met a lot of half people. So like half Korean, half black, half Korean, half Caucasian, and a bunch of others. So, and what I found out that is people who are multiracial, they come out absolutely looking great. Because when I was in South Korea, I saw a lot of people like that, a lot of families, and their parents, they were like maybe average or good, but then their kid was like drop dead gorgeous. Because what I think our theory with half children is that they take the best of both worlds, and I think black and Asian is a good mix because you get that nice skin complexion, you get the features at the same time. You get the strong facial features from being Asian. I don't know. Sorry, this is going to a topic that shouldn't be, but gaming with Speedy. Oh, you're in PA. Okay. Well, actually, I'm actually gonna be in Erie, in the first weekend of August, because I have an old friend from college who's getting married, and they live right outside of Erie. So I might be driving by Grove City. So hey, if you want to grab like I don't know how old you are, but if you want to grab like a drink or something, I won't mind. We can go ahead and like do like a quick hello and take a picture or something if you want. Like so. Let me know if you're down for that. I'm just gonna be driving through with my friends, but I definitely wouldn't mind stopping by your area, because I'm not sure if you're familiar, but I went to my undergrad. I went to the University of Pittsburgh, so I was at the main campus for a semester, and then I transferred up to the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with that town, but that's where I was for the remainder of my undergrad, as well as when I was studying abroad. Let me see here. Mark Stevenson. Anybody out there have Wi-Fi disconnects on their Note 4 after Lollipop update? I've done a number of resets and pretty frustrated. Yes! I'm actually pretty damn frustrated as well. I love the fact that when you have let me get my phone out and turn on Wi-Fi. I love the fact that it still has a background connection to 4G. So I'm not sure, even when you're connected to the Wi-Fi. So I am not sure if you can, any of you can clarify this for me, if while you're connected to Wi-Fi but you still see the 4G symbol, if it's still using the mobile data. Because if it is, that's pissing me off. And I gotta tell you, Lollipop, as much as people keep trying to tell me that it's been a great update, there's been some good, no, there's been no good enhancements. The phone is slower. This whole, I don't know if you can see for those of you who are listening, you can't see it, but for those of you online, like this whole notification thing, this is annoying. And it's like you can't close it all the time. Like, it's annoying as hell. I just missed the normal. I unlock the phone, I can swipe top down to get it all. Performance is slow. A lot of my apps shut down on me all the time. I obviously, the Gear VR has taken a hit, so Google needs to get on it. Like, they need to fix it, or like, or let me downgrade a KitKat and not force me to update right back to Lollipop. Like, I'm so angry. But moving on. Leonard Hawley, I'm waiting on the new Final Fantasy VII game, Mika. Yes, the Final Fantasy VII remake. Oh my goodness. Yes, like I am. Oh man. Honestly, guys, here, I'm gonna take a quick moment here. I need to show my friends online the seriousness of my Final Fantasy VII obsession. So I'll be right back. Just give me a second. All right, I'm here. So I'm gonna show you guys something. For those of you guys, for those of you listening to the audio cast, you won't be able to see it, but right here, this was the very first copy that I got when I was a kid. And thankfully, I didn't sell this during the relationship purge with my ex-fiance. But this was pretty much, I got this used from West Coast Videos. So for those of you guys who remember West Coast Videos, but they had it used for about like $20 back then. And I begged my mom to buy me this game because it's because like everyone else was playing. I really wanted to, so she got it for me. But my girlfriend, being awesome as she is, when I told her about like why like my collection was much bigger, and I told her, and she heard about like me selling everything to get my ex-fiance's ring, she told me never to do that for her. That's why she's a keeper. But then she went out and actually bought me a mint condition copy. Like, this thing is, the booklet is still there. It's in great shape. And the game is, you can't see it, but it's flawless. And she picked that up for me. And I was, oh my goodness. And the thing is, she didn't know I still had the game, but she went out and got me a mint condition copy. And Another thing too, I'm going to show you guys. This was my strategy guide when I was a kid. You can't see it, but it is hella beat up. It's literally fully taped, and the pages are like ripping apart. The binding is loose and it's falling apart, but it still works. But the kicker is, she went and found a mint condition of the strategy guide too. So this is during our move, it kind of got bent, the corners got a little nicked, but overall it's still in great shape. And she got me that. And this is why, folks, that I am working my butt off so I can get enough money to give her a proper ring. So it's just like and definitely, guys, be on the lookout. I know my LPX Games channel has taken a back seat lately so I can focus on my other stuff, but I'm definitely going to be doing a playthrough. Like that remake trailer just made me want to go play it again. So I'm going to be going. I'm gonna go and play that game again. I'm gonna do a full complete I'm gonna do a full complete run through because I've memorized that game. So I'm going to do all the mass materia, all the weapons and ultimate weapons and stuff too. So be on the lookout for those playthroughs because I don't know, you might not watch all of them, but I'll definitely do like a retrospective for each disc or something like that. But Final Fantasy VII. It's been 20 years. The thing is, guys, it won't come out this year, because they're obviously not done yet. It's a teaser trailer. But definitely expect it to be out around... Expect it to be out around next year. Because technically 2016 is going to be the 20-year anniversary. I know it came out in the United States in 1997, but it came out in Japan in 1996. So technically speaking, guys, we may see that remake next year. So fingers crossed. Wow, the fact that it's already been 20 years... That's scary. Let's move on here. Let's see. Jesus is. I know you don't like to speculate on the Note 5 leaks, but I'm sure. I sure am excited about the leaks and possible August announcement. It's no possible August announcement. It's gonna be the announcement. I'll put it this way. Like for me. I like the leaks too, but it's not the final thing. And the thing is, like, the leaks are pretty much people. Like, I'll put it this way: I can make a leak as soon as I see the new device, and this is what they do. As soon as the S6 came out, there were already video leaks about the S7. Why is that? It's just because they just springboard off the new phone. That's all they do. And that's why I don't like it, because these articles are pretty much just generated, so you just go on their website so they can get the ad revenue, which is really shameless in my opinion. Like, you should be writing solid content, not rumor, because then you're just another tabloid. But at the same time, I do understand. I am very excited for the Note 4. I have a whole bucket list I'm expecting from it. So trust me, I'm very excited too. Like, the speculations do help, but at the same time, in your mind, you already know where it's going. Note 4 quad-core processor. What's the next step? 6 or 8-core processor. Battery issues. Better battery. Heating issues. Better efficiency systems. More RAM. More power. Screen pixelation on the Gear VR. We'll add a 4K screen. There's a lot of things that they can do, so you can definitely be excited for it. I'm definitely going to pick it up. My only thing is, actually one thing on this, they better put a back cover screen on it, because I just put my girlfriend's S6 just recently froze and the buttons would not work. And typically for us, we just open up our phones, pop the battery out, put it back in and restart it, and then we're done. But you can't do that with a closed phone. Like, you can't. And so I actually had to go via the factory reset mode, doing the 3-button technique, and thankfully that worked. I just reset it normally. I didn't have to factory reset it. It actually gives you an option just to reset it normally. But my God, like, the fact that I had to do that was just stupid. So hopefully they don't do that to us. 955 Godson, what do you think about the Kairos smartwatch? I'm not too familiar with that, but I'll write that down. I'll take a look at it. Kairos smartwatch. Kairos smartwatch. Don't worry, folks. I actually do write down your video selection. So look, Kairos smartwatch is there. I do write it down. I don't overlook anything. I quickly. I need to uncross my 1 week review of the Urbane. But I do look. I'll take a look at it. Definitely do. Thank you for the Thank you for this up. I'm always interested in seeing what new smartwatches are out there. Blazing Geek, Lollipop is garbage. Sorry, folks. Running the infamous 3.3 Cat ROM. Nice. Let's move on to the next question here. Let me see here. Hold on. Sorry. Andre Morrison. Well said, my friend. I hate performance delays and ridiculous advertisements. Yep. Mr. Techroid, what game are you most excited about? Well, Final Fantasy VII Remake. But this year, I'm excited for a lot of games. So, number one, the new Batman game that's coming out next week. The fact that it's rated M, the trailer looks ridiculous. I cannot wait. But at the same time, I wish I can set some time apart so I can play it. Another thing is this fall, the second game I'm really excited for is Battlefront. The new Star Wars Battlefront game, because I played the hell out of Battlefront 1 and 2 when I was in high school, and I went over to my neighbor's house all the time. We played it online every single night. It was ridiculous. Like I became his parents' like second son, because I was always over playing that game. But I can't wait. The graphics look great. Gameplay looks awesome. Spaceship controls, everything. I cannot wait for that game. At the same time, other games looking forward to is StarCraft 2 expansion, but I'm not sure if that's going to come out. So you got to look forward to that. Oh, Halo 5. Halo 5 is I'm going to be buying an Xbox One solely so I can play Halo 5. I'm a huge Halo fan. So there's that. Also Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I cannot wait. From you guys can see, I don't know if you can see my Raiden one. There you go. My Metal Gear Rising collector's kit there. But I can't wait for the new Metal Gear Solid. Oh god, there's so many games. But I'm definitely looking. Oh, and Rock Band. I'm not sure if you guys are Rock Band fans, but in college I played the hell out of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I miss those jam sessions. We literally, like, during the summer, we got together, a couple beers, and we just went at it. I miss those nights. Rock Band jam sessions are a good time. They are a good damn time. Let me see here. Sorry. I just got a question. I got to catch up to your questions. What do you think about the Xbox One being backwards compatible? I think it's stupid. Honestly, to be honest, guys, the whole backwards compatibility thing, that was a big deal with the PS3 and the Xbox 360. But at this day and age, everyone has a 360. Almost everyone has a 360 and PS3 that are backwards, and that can play. I don't know. It's because it's nice that they're doing it, so it'll make the adoption for the people from the 360 to the new console easy. But at the same time, for me, it doesn't really matter, because I didn't really care for the backwards compatibility on the PS3, because I held on to my PS2 and my PS1 to play those games. But at the same time, right now, I am not going to go out and purposely go find a PS3 game to go play that. There may be a few titles I might want to play, but I have a PS3. I can just play it on that. But even going beyond the PS3 or PS2 games, if you're going out looking for retro titles and older titles, you're gonna go out and get the system too. I mean, it'd be a nice convenient factor to play on a newer system, so you can just pop it right in and play. I do understand that aspect, but I don't think it's gonna be a huge selling point in my opinion. I liked the article about Sony's reaction to it. They were just the quote unquote, they found it interesting that they're offering that. It's because you gotta remember, folks, it's not as simple as, we can just add a chip in there and it'll work. No, it's a whole different line of coding and hardware and software that you need to get it to work. It's not just a simple switch, unless Microsoft put it in there from day one. That'd be devious of them. So there's that, folks. Let me see here. Andrew, do you recommend flashing a custom ROM? I'm actually not a fan of rooting, as that was what you're probably meaning. I just don't typically root my devices anymore. I did back in the day, but maybe now I find a need to, but I still don't, just because even though they've gotten safer per se, I still don't like risking my device, especially because I pay for my devices full retail. So I typically don't like to risk it per se. So because I like to resell them later as well. Let me see. Blazing Geek, I bet your mom called you Pablo. Yes. Blazing Geek caught my attention and will be picking up Xbox One for sure. Yeah. Blazing Geek, PS4's no backwards compatibility. And the thing is, it doesn't really affect me. I have a PS1, 2, and 3, so there's no need. Now, I lost all my PS2 games because of the trade, but I'll get them back. I'll get them back. Let's see. Leonard Hawley, I'm not going to ask you the $1 million question. The emulator on your notepad. Huh? Oh man, you just need Leonard. Let me just remind me. You just want emulators on your phone, correct? Is that what you're looking for? Because I'll do that. I'll do that this week. That's my next video. Like I just been kind of so distracted with my business lately, so I do apologize. I'm gonna do that, Leonard. Your video is coming this week. Ahmed, welcome, dude. You finally caught the podcast, man. Welcome. Mark Stevenson, if you recommend it, what is the best ROM out there? Once again, yeah, I don't really recommend it. Oh, sorry, just hit the mic here. So it looks like you guys are answering your child's question. So Ahmed, do you like the Xperia Z series? Is it versus the Galaxy series? Sony's phones have been interesting. I mean, they sell well in the Japanese market. And the Japanese market is quite interesting, by the way, because they actually still rock the flip phones. They're not this old school flip phones. They're actually legit, like, powerful flip phones. But they're a different brand of people out there. But they're good phones, but there's no big wow factor for their phones. The only advantage you get from the Xperia devices is that you can go ahead and stream your PS4 and PS3 remote play. You can actually stream them through the network to play on your phone because they're native, obviously, because of Sony. But other than that, there's nothing really special about them, to my opinion. The designs are nice and everything, but there's no real wow factor, in my opinion, on them. I have taken a look into them. I actually was going to pick up back in the day the push up. Like the PSP Go, but it was the Xperia phone they can push up and you get a full PlayStation keypad on there. I was going to pick that up one day, but I eventually didn't. But I still prefer, for now, the Galaxy series because it seems like they're the only device that actually really pushes the envelope in performance and screen tech. Right now compared to the competitors. Their competitors either offer similar or slightly lower with different price points and variations. So right now I'm still a fan of the Galaxy series for now because I'm still waiting for either Apple, Motorola, someone to pull me away. Leonard, okay, gotcha. 955 Gaunt's son. With the new Sony VR glasses for the PS4, we'll be able to play all games on it. Are you asking that as a question or is that a statement? Are you wondering if all the games will be able to play on it? So, Blazin, thank you for answering Mark's question. I appreciate that, man. So there's that. All right, guys, give me a second here. I just need to get a drink of water. Ugh. But at the same time, guys, to that just last comment, do you think the games will be compatible on? Will all PS4 games be compatible with Sony's VR unit? And my answer to that is it should be, because a lot of the games that were third-party retrofitted to the Oculus Rift still worked very well. Obviously, the motion tracking and the head movements aren't native to the game, so I recommend if there's ever a custom setting, you just leave it as standard view. It'll depend on the game, but like for the shooter games, I left the motion tracking off. I just left it entirely off. I didn't bother look because the way it looked around was when you looked around, that's how your gun moved, and aiming like that sucks. Your neck is going to hurt a lot. So I just left it on just for the visual experience, and that's still just as good in my opinion. Like, I recommend playing Alien Isolation like that if you ever. I actually gotta do a video on that. Leonard Holly, have you had the problem with lag on for your Note 4? Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Like, the Lollipop update has really screwed up the performance on these devices. I'm really upset with them. Like, the fact that they forced me to upgrade to an untested platform and it sucks really pisses me off. And the fact that because of the update, I haven't been able to make proper Gear VR videos for the last 2 months because of them. And I'm really upset about that. There's a lot of good content that has come out in the Oculus store recently, and I really want to. The thing is, I actually hold off on playing these new games because I actually want to give you my raw reaction to them to tell you if it's good or not. And so I'm really pissed off at them. I really hope they fix that soon. But guys, while you guys think of different questions to ask, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming in. I say this every week, and sorry if it sounds redundant, but just me hitting 5,000 subscribers last week and getting almost 5,300 subscribers now. I think we're not coming out of the games like gangbusters, but we're growing steadily, steady growth. Like, I can't ask for more, and that's because of you guys. Every single one of you guys, either watching, liking, commenting. Because you watch and comment on my videos, they eventually get pushed to other channels and other videos. So it's actually funny. My fake Apple Watch video came up when my one friend from LA was searching for. He was just looking online to learn about the Moto 360, and I haven't done any videos on the Moto 360. But my video of the fake Apple Watch randomly appeared on a related video. So we're not connected through Google Plus or anything, so Google doesn't know that we're friends. But it popped up on his feed, and he subscribed. He was like, "Dude, like, I didn't know you were on YouTube." Like, he was so surprised it was me. So it's because of you guys. Like, my videos it's really growing, and it's spreading throughout now the world. My world, like, compared to my 1,000 subscriber milestone mark, and now the global community has grown. And I'm happy to say, even though I'm born and raised in America, my native background, South Korea, went from like dead last. Now they're in like the top 5. So I'm kind of happy about that. Even though not all of them speak English. And I had a couple of people constantly write Korean to me. And I'm not sure if you guys are even listening, but for those of you in Korea, I can read Korean pretty decently. It takes me a couple times. I have to read it and then kind of translate in my mind, but my writing is horrible, and Kim Mi-sung can attest to that. My writing is absolutely terrible. It's because, for those of you in America, pretty much think of it this way: imagine if you wrote English phonetically. So what I mean by that is how you wrote it as it sounds. So imagine how the spelling will look if everyone spelled that way. It'd just be chaotic, and that's how my Korean is. But guys, thank you so much. Like, I never thought we would get to this level. I never thought I'd get to the point where I'm already talking about opening up a business, making sales on the side. Like, I'm not making gangbusters money from YouTube or anything, but this has opened up different doors for me to go pursue my dream. And it's, not just to be selfish. Like, I'm actually going out there and trying to build my Gamers Heaven community. So all regions of the United States. So and even the world. Who knows? I can go for global domination if I wanted to. But you guys, just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But let's get back to the questions. 955 Godson, to your earlier question, are you asking if all the games for the PS4 will be compatible with the Sony VR unit, or are you just stating that in general? But let's see here. Leonard, you're willing to co-host a podcast with me? Yeah. Once I actually get a proper business line set up, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can have people call in. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'll have people call in, and we can just chit chat through the phone and stuff too, like they do on like Mike and Mike on ESPN and stuff. Let me see here. Blazing Geek, I think Sony can do way better in the cell phone department. Yeah, Sony has really taken a back seat in their cell phone department. I mean, the only thing really saving them is pretty much their domestic sales to the, as well as they do sell a lot of phones in India and in China, but they've been very not innovative on their phones. And if there was a company that could be really innovative with their tech, it would be Sony. So maybe they might do something in the future. Ahmed, are there problems with the Samsung Link app? Because I can't get the app to work on my S6 Edge or my Note Pro. Let me see here. Wait, let me see here. Oh, thank you for your time and effort. Okay. Are you talking about, Ahmed, are you talking about the Samsung Gear app? Or, like, which app are you talking about? Can you just specify a little bit? Because I'm not quite understanding your question. Mika, have you checked out the Dell Venue 10 yet? Writing that down now. Dell Venue 10. And guys, one thing you have to know about me, like, even though this is a tech channel, I'll put it this way, I'm not the most connected person in the world. I pretty much I learn as the market comes out. So like I'm on Yahoo Tech and CNET and Consumer Reports all the time, and I pretty much, and Verge. I've been listening to a lot of the Verge, but lately I've been kind of pulling away from them because they've been doing a lot of sponsored articles, meaning that their articles have been paid for and they're not honest opinions. So I've been kind of pulling back from them. But I'll put it this way, like, I don't have the free time throughout the day to actively go research these things and look for new tech, unfortunately. Like when I'm at work, like that thing's got me for like almost, that thing's got me 12 hours a day. And I'm just like, when I'm there, I got to focus on what I got, like for my job, I got to focus on what I do. I really don't have much free time. And the only time I have time to research is either when I come home, or when you guys suggest a topic or device for me, and that's when I find out about things. So that may be a backwards way of doing it, but for now that works. Leonard, my Note Edge overheats a lot. It's because of Lollipop. Yes. Their Lollipop is needlessly overworking some of your background systems. Even though they stated that they've eliminated a lot of them, they actually added more. They took out this much, so they took 3 steps forward. Sorry, they took 2 steps forward, 3 steps back on that aspect. So even, my Note 4's been running hot here and there. I have to constantly close all my apps and programs in order to make it stop. So. Let me see here. The Samsung Link app. So it's not working? Have you tried updating? Sorry. Have you tried to see if you've updated your OS on both of your devices lately? See if there's a software update that's available for you. If not, see if there's an app update for you, Ahmed. That may be a quick solution. I personally don't use those, so I can't really help you on that aspect. But it might be a simple, like, just update function, unless you've done that already. Andre Morrison, no need to apologize, my friend. Your honesty is good enough for you guys. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'll put it this way. I don't need 1 million subscribers where I'm just, talking, I'm just kind of, I don't want to be catering to companies and stuff just to get your subscribers. I just want to be me. I don't want to, even if I get brand deals in the future, fingers crossed if I do, but I want to make sure that those deals are written that I can say whatever I want to say. I don't, but it's because like the reason why I started this channel was because I got tired of the channels that I was watching, because they got too short and they kept focusing on the wrong things, and they were very, very, very biased. Like, even the recent review I saw from MW Technology, I think it was, about his review on the Apple Watch versus the Samsung Gear S, everything he talked about, it was an undertone of Apple's the best, Apple's better. the Apple is better because of this. Or put it this way, the part when I focused on the standalone function, which is pretty much the one key thing that the Gear S really does have over the competition. He brushed over that like it was nothing. He was like the one thing that the Gear S has going for it is a standalone function, but it's more of a novelty thing that not everyone will get and everything. So there's that, and he just brushed over it. Like I was just like, are you kidding me? How much is Apple paying you? Like he also didn't even mention the battery life. He did. He was like, oh, the Apple Watch can last typically a day, and the Gear S will last more than a day, but every Apple user will charge their device, they'll charge the device every night. Okay, jackass, what about the people who actually end up being out of their house for more than 15 hours, or end up going out after work and coming home at 1 a.m.? What if their watch dies halfway through the night? Like, why is it that every other company that before even Apple came out, every other company had a battery that at least lasted a full 24-hour day or more, and your watch can't even last half the day? So yes, like, what the hell? Like, so why are you focusing on that? That's that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And he just kept like, if you listen to it, if you actually watch that review, the undertone is blatantly obvious that he's like, Apple's better. Oh, I'll put it this way, Samsung, be ready, guys. I'm actually going to make a rant video. It's going to be directed towards Samsung. It's not going to be meant for you guys. This is going to be Dear Samsung video. But their new slogan, it shouldn't be the next big thing is here. No, it should be the next big thing has been here. like during the review, I was just like, the interface is, he was like, oh, the apps on the Apple Watch are pretty easy to get to because you just scroll over and get it. Number one, I'll give it this. The screen is really sensitive. I'm going to give him that because I actually did play around with the Apple Watch. But the thing is, you have to memorize each icon, which, once again, I understand that's not a big deal. You'll learn it. But sometimes you miss the app. You have to like center around it. You have to keep scrolling around until you get it into the right position, then select it. There's that. And he kept focusing on that stupid little crown. So he's like, look, during your messages, you can go ahead and scroll up by rolling the crown up and down. How amazing and convenient is that? That's so stupid, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're gonna focus on that? And he blatantly said, oh, but the Gear S, the screen is big, the app icons are big with the text, and you can just scroll. He just brushes over it. I'm like, I'm so sick and tired. Even Marky Brown and all the other people that I've respected for so long, all their reviews have such biased undertones. And even now, I can sit here and, like, even you can judge me and saying, well, you're being biased because you have the Samsung Gear S. I've tried all the other devices. I went from the first Samsung Gear, I got the Pebble for a few months, I got an Android Wear watch, picked the Gear 2 Neo. Like, I went back and forth between all the platforms. With the LG Watch Urbane, I felt that 1 week wasn't enough, so I went on to 2.5 weeks, and that led to a little bit longer. But that's why it took me so long to make that review video. I was really trying hard to see if it was really better than me, and for me, I found it easier. I found simple is better. And that's just my personal opinion. And you can say that my personal opinion is biased too. But if you actually watch my reviews, I always state that. This is just my personal opinion. And this might be a good thing for you, but it might be a bad thing for me. Like, I always state that. But I hate when people go out there and say, this is clearly better. Because it's Apple. Period. Like, it's so dumb. I am so fed up with it. And this is why I started my channel. And this is why I hope that I can focus on, guys. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know. My opinion may not be going too far, but we'll see how it goes in the future. Sorry, once again, I have deviated off topic. So let me get back onto topic, and let me get back to your comments here. Uno Nis, I did not check out the notification app extender. Sorry, I have it written down, but I just haven't had a chance to go and test it out. Like, once again, like, I know right now I'm sitting here for 2 hours doing the podcast, but right after this, I go into shipping mode. So I'll show you guys on the podcast. Like, I go into shipping the watch bands and stuff. processing the orders, making sure, like, I go online, and trust me, that takes me almost a couple hours to do that. Then I go into your comment board. I go into the comment boards and see how many questions I can answer. And my comment boards have been blowing up lately, so it's been like, I apologize if my replies have been rather late, or if you haven't seen them at all, just because it just goes nuts. Like, it's been getting crazy lately, so it's been a little hard to manage everything at once. At the same time, I do have family and personal relationships I have to maintain, so I haven't been able to really, even the simple things of just checking out a simple app have been very difficult for me, so I do apologize for that. But hopefully things work out in the next couple of weeks. I'll be able to give my full time to this thing. Or maybe in the future, we'll see. Oh, thank you, Godson, for saying that. Leonard, do you know when the update will come out for the Gear S? I don't know. My friend in Korea keeps telling me that they already got it, but I don't think they do. Like, she's a tester. She's a software engineer for Samsung. I can't reveal her name or what she really does, but they said they've been testing out the new OS for it, because they're working on the Gear A, or whatever they're gonna call it. So we'll see what they do with it. But expect something big either right after their press conference in August, but hopefully before. I'm hoping for before. Thomas Holstrom, welcome to the podcast. You're missing out on not using the notification extender app. all right, I'll check. You know what? Here, why don't you guys type your questions? I'm going to do a little, I might be kind of ranting a little bit here, but let me go download this infamous app that you have been pushing me to download. Oh, wrong thing. So I'm going to go in here right now. Oh, they've added a few more apps since last time I checked. And once again, guys, I have, after using these devices for 2 years, I really don't use that many apps. So please don't go asking me what apps to use. Notifications, fitness, and media. Those three. That's pretty much what I use it for. You can say blasphemy, but trust me, guys, using those apps become quite useless over time. Notification. What is it? Notification extender. Hold on. Wait. Stop it, folks. Notification extender. Let's see. No results. Is this not a, what's it called? Thomas Holstrom and Unonis. What's it called? Because I don't see it. Oh, sorry. I don't see it. Whoop! Notification extender is not popping up. Let me know. Blazing Geek agreed. Why is there? What's it? Vabhov? Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, Leonard, I'm confused. What is the notification extender? I don't see it. It must be called something different. Are you guys outside the United States? Because that might be the case. That might be the case. Oh, wow. We're getting some more people coming to the podcast. Welcome, folks. And I apologize to those coming in now. You're coming into the middle of the chaos. Pretty much me getting tired from being lateness and just ranting on, answering questions. You just missed my epic rant about Apple again. And other YouTube channels not being fun. Let me see here. Uno Days Gear S is the best watch. You can't beat it. No one can beat it right now. Period. Oh, by the way, if any of you, this is shameless branding and promotion by me, but if you guys haven't already checked out my video yet on the custom mounts, so as you guys know, I am selling right now for the designer in Korea, the metal bands for him. So for those of you watching on YouTube verse, these things, so it's a little covered, but these little mount straps. Black stainless steel straps for the Gear S, and it looks good. A lot of people are very happy with it. When I wear it, I'm very happy with it as well. It looks very good when you wear it, but obviously people also have the white Gear S, can't use it. People also want different colors, different straps, different materials, and unfortunately the designer over there, I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but he's not really foresighting. Like, he just doesn't want to develop the mount for it, and the current mount right now is too small for a standard 22 millimeter mount. So I've been going out. Previously I've been designing, but I've almost finalized the design. But I've started up an Indiegogo campaign. I made a video on it on my channel, so I encourage you guys to see it. But I'm finalizing design for the custom mount right now, essentially in multiple colors. So you can get in whatever color you want. You can put this mount on your Gear S, and you can put any 22 millimeter strap on it, whether it's ceramic, leather, metal, textile, nylon, whatever it is, you can put on it. And I'm actually designing my own bangle bands as well too, like the Diesel and the Swarovski ones that they were gonna release but they never did. I'm working on those designs as we speak. So if you guys haven't already checked it out, for those of you who are actually watching this podcast afterwards, I really encourage you guys to check it out. This is not a money play. Every single dime that is raised is going towards developing these things. And the thing is, I am not stopping at the Gear S. This is just a springboard for me to design other things for upcoming watches as well, because knowing Samsung's history, I'll put it this way, even Motorola and Apple are prime examples of this. They come out with a simple watch, a leather version for $200 or for $300, or you can get the stainless steel version for $400. You're charging a person $100 for a $10 stainless steel band. I don't give a damn about the materials or where it came from or how it was forged. Apple, they're like, oh, we're charging you $300 more for this finished stainless steel version because it's not just regular steel. It was forged in the fires of Mount Doom with the special. Like, I don't give a damn. Steel is steel, metal's finished. Is it more durable than titanium? I don't care. It's not $500 more. I mean, their bands are anywhere from $100 to $300 to get a different band. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm selling these mounts for $20. And for those of you guys who go in the Indiegogo campaign, I'm actually going to cover shipping if you get it from the Indiegogo campaign. If you got it post, you have to cover shipping. But why not get a $20 mount for any of the phones? Like, I'm actually going to try to design this for all the smart devices. Why not just go get the mount and then just buy a $10, $20 strap that you want of your choice, or $50, whatever it is. But I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. So I mean, if you guys are all for supporting it, I recommend, please, I ask that you go and at least check out the campaign video and the Indiegogo campaign page. And even if you're not a Gear S owner, even if you want to donate $1, I would definitely appreciate it. But even getting the views, because even watching it gets the ad revenue, so I can at least use that towards it too. Because right now, everything is going into everything I have is going into that right now. So definitely wish me luck on that, guys. Oh, wow. Let me see here. Let me move up. So let's see. Vibhov. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I've been using the Gear S for around 6 months now, and the service of Here Map sucks here in India. Oh yeah. I don't think you guys have quite the infrastructure yet to quite support that app. If I put it this way, it runs a little slow here in the United States, so I can only imagine how slow it is over there. And it really depends on what city you are, as well too, because India is huge. Your country is absolutely huge, so it might not be quite up to par just yet. So I'm sorry about that. Hey, but the watch is still a great watch, though. You gotta admit that. Mr. Manny, missed the Apple rant. Sad face. Well, if you actually check out my podcast playlist, I left a couple clips of why I hate Apple. But let's just sum it down. They've created mindless zombies through with their genius marketing, which I do not deny. But people are stupid now. People expect Apple to be. They're the ones that release the innovative products because they're expensive. Their MacBook Pro, perfect example. $1,300 laptop, 480p camera, no USB port. You have to pay another $80 for that. No drives, no nothing. Performance is under. Performance doesn't even compare to a $1,300 Razer Blade laptop. Yes, it's light. Yes, it's thin. It's the size of a notebook, but it can do crap. I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be people who might need it, but I'm not gonna sit on the new MacBook Pro that has lackluster performance and do video editing on that. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'd rather go spend that money and go buy an Asus gaming laptop for $800 and still have $400 or $500 left over. I'll put it this way: Apple's not worth it anymore. They're not innovative. The Apple Watch is a prime example of what I'm talking about. The reason why the Gear S and every other smart device right now is better than the Apple Watch in hardware form is because they're repackaging older technology as new and charging you premium top dollar for it. That is honestly right there. That is the sum of what Apple has become. They will repackage old tech, make it look nice and fancy, sell it, and they will sell it as their new tech, and they can charge top dollar, and they have the marketing to do it. And unfortunately, the market it continues to support that system now, and that is Apple to a T right now. I challenge anyone to really sit there and tell me what innovative things they've done. I really do. They're coming out, but Apple's making an electric car. Yeah, Tesla has already done it. Nissan Leaf. Everyone else is already doing it. Welcome to the board. VR. Apple's finally going to make virtual reality. They're going to make it the best. Oculus Rift, Project Morpheus, Gear VR, Google freaking damn Cardboard for $5. I'm sorry. They're just behind on everything now. Apple Watch. I really encourage you to go watch my Apple Watch rant because I am. Is this an Apple Watch? No, it's not. I actually did a side-by-side comparison. I took my coworker's Apple Watch and my Gear S, and I did a fun little poll. I walked around. It's like I actually showed them my Gear S first. I was like, I literally just did this. Hey, what do you think about my Apple Watch? I actually just gave it like this, and they're like, dude, that looks sick. That's awesome. They don't even know what the damn thing looks like. They actually expect the Apple Watch to look like my Gear S. Not what. And then when I showed them the actual Apple Watch, they were very disappointed. So yeah, for the win. The end of rant. I'm sorry, guys. End of rant. I need to catch up to your comments now. Samsung needs to come out with a better charger for the Gear S. I completely agree with you. I'm a fan of actually how LG did it because it's just a simple charge base, no connecting. It's just magnets. So you just put it on and it just lays there. And I actually prefer that a lot. Leonard, I know my charge base broke too. I actually ended up using rubber bands to secure it in here and there. But they should replace yours. Sorry, let me just plug this back in. Yeah, I believe that Samsung will actually replace the charge base if you actually contacted their warranty program. Let me see here. Sorry, I gotta catch up to your comments here really quick. Yabanov just checked. Sounds good. Thank you, dude. Unonis, Andrew, I'm in the United States. Type Gear S, scroll after Gear S notification extender. All right. I'll do that after the podcast, dude. I definitely will, Unonis. I definitely will. Vibehov, how much do they cost you for a new one? Oh, are you asking about the band or the watch? Just can you clarify your question really quick? Unonis, I don't need the APK file. I'll find it. Don't worry, I'll find it. I just gotta do some digging. I just don't have time right now to do it. Right now, say, Ahmed, are there a country where the Gear VR is not working on? There's a couple countries that is not supported, but you can download it. You can actually they don't sell the Gear VR in your countries, but you can import it and use because these VR units aren't region coded. It's just a piece of hardware. It's like a monitor, if anything. And you just put it on your device. And once you put it on, it'll prompt you to download the app. So unless the app's not available in your native country, you won't be able to get it. I think that's the issue that most people are running into. Mr. Mammy brainwashed my kid. Oh, you're talking about Apple. Yeah. They're not, I'll put it this way. I was an Apple fan. I got the very first iPhone, had a 3GS, 4S. And I had a couple MacBooks and an iPod here and there. And for me, I follow the people who innovate offer more. And when Samsung came out with their S3 and then eventually their Note 1, for the Note 1, I was sold. They offered me more customization, better price, more bang for the buck. Oh, and that, freedom with, freedom from iTunes. That was a big thing. So, yeah. Apple, and I'll put it this way, they have so much money. Samsung has not learned anything. Wait until you guys see my dear Samsung video. I'm going to literally rip them apart. My main statement to Samsung. Commend Samsung rant, mini rant. Fire that damn vice president chick you have in South Korea. Vice president of marketing. I don't give a damn whose daughter she is or what rich family or how much share she owns in the company. She has no idea what she is doing. Your marketing department is probably the worst marketing department on the planet. They have some of the best products that you can get on the market right now, but people don't know that they exist. The Gear S is probably one of the best smartwatches out there, and the only TV airtime you give it is when you're promoting the S6, and it's just like, it's like a quick glance. Okay, send text to Leonard, and that's it. You don't even advertise the Gear S. Like, you have everything you need to defeat Apple, but you don't do it. You're spending your money needlessly on old school marketing because this chick is from old school. The reason why Apple's winning is because, yes, all these tech reviewers now, YouTubers, and all these websites are paid off by Apple. But the thing is, they're doing the right thing. They're paying the right people because they know who's influencing people now. This is not my pitch for you to fund me, but fire the lady. There's so many other things that you should be doing. The fact that people go to your experience centers in Best Buy and go to the Samsung booth, go to the Samsung rep in front of the Gear S device, and they literally say, "Is that an Apple Watch?" You have done, and the thing is, Samsung had a 2-year advantage head start on Apple, yet they're eons behind them. Someone dropped the ball, and I blame her. And I also blame the executives that funded all her projects. So that's just a little preview of what my rant's going to be on for them. But let me see here. Sorry I've deviated. Okay. Thankfully, you guys are answering each other's questions, and that's a great thing. That's the one thing. That's what I want to also cater to here, is not only have a discussion with me, but have a discussion with each other, guys. My goal was to create a community, and finally we were starting to grow it. So this is quite awesome. I'm really happy to see this unfold. Leonard Holly, which is your favorite low-end smartphone? Well, at this point, low end is actually like the Samsung Galaxy S3. You can get that for like $100 now. So S3 is still a beast, and it's still compatible with the Gear S. So, I mean, to be honest, guys, if you really look at the phones these days, I mean, some guy did like a comparison video between the S3, S4, S5, S6, and yes, the S6 like click, but the S3 wasn't that far behind. I mean, do you really need the app to load 1 second faster than it's? Sorry, I don't want. Let's not. Yeah, sorry, it's getting late. Blazing Geek. Same here. We have one iSheep in the home right now. Show them the light. I'll put it this way: even my coworkers, for the last 2 years, I've been showing them all the new smartwatches I've been getting. My Note 4, my Note 2, Note 3, Note 4, my Gear VR, and they were all like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome! When is Apple going to release it?" And the thing is, what's funny is, as soon as Apple came out with theirs, they all come running to me They're like, look, Andrew, look at this awesome brand new tech that never existed before. I'm like, really? Did you forget that I brought my stuff for 2 years? Like, but the thing is, I immediately show them. I immediately point out the flaws. I'm like, how long does the battery last? Yeah, mine lasts for 3 days. They're like, really? Yeah. And I show them how the keyboard, the interface, and the main important thing is like, when I go for a workout, I can leave my phone at home because I got the standalone function. They're like, wait, Apple doesn't have a standalone function? Yeah, they don't. And they all immediately were like, what the freak? And you see, like, the fact that even Apple people don't know their own damn product surprises me. So I actually converted. So I have the 15 members of my team, and they're all Apple users. I'm the only Android user. So I'm surrounded. But I actually converted 2 of them to come and get the S6, and one picked up the Note 4, and he fell in love. He went from the iPhone 6 Plus to the Note 4, and he was like, I don't give a damn about iTunes, and he moved over. He said it took him about 2 months to fully detach himself from iTunes, but once he did, he enjoys the freedom now. Let me see here. Thomas Holmstrom, XDA Developers has the app for free unless someone can help you get the APK. Oh yeah, via Facebook. Uno needs Samsung's PR really stinks. They need to hire me. Great products, and Samsung has no idea how to promote them. Makes me want to scream. Yeah, it makes me want to scream all the time. Ugh. Here's that silence is my judgment. Wait for my rant, guys. I encourage you to watch that video when I make it. Readjust my chair, sorry. Blazing Geek, we are the 300 gear Spartans. Yes. But I'll put it this way, we're like the 300. We're the 300 Spartans, and we're surviving the battle. We are literally winning. We actually cover the mountain pass, and we're winning. But at the same time, we're just like, all right, dude, come on. We need some backup. We can't keep fighting this fight for you. I mean, I'll put it this way. The fact that my videos are teaching people about the devices because Samsung doesn't teach anyone. I mean, it's nice for me. I'm getting views and traffic, but it just says something for them. Thomas Holmstrom, Samsung needs to fire their PR team. Yes, my point exactly. But the thing is, don't fire the little minions on the line because the orders come from top down, and she approves all that crap. So I forget her name, but it's like the Heather Cho equivalent of Samsung. Fire her royal little princess. I don't want to curse here, but fire her and hire someone who knows what they're doing. How about this? Why don't you offer the guy at Apple more money? Because if you can bring him over, he can get you more money. I mean, if you want to hire me, by all means, go ahead. But they just need to do something different. They really do. Their YouTube presence is almost 9. Every single person that reviews their items, like, there's a good handful like ZetaMax that I think that's not paid off, but every comparison video that I saw, every single comparison video I saw with Apple products involved, it just made me want to scream. And the fact that they get 1 million plus views and people are like, yeah, Apple, it just pisses me off. You're not. It's like the news. You're not reporting the news anymore. You're reporting the news that you're getting paid to report. So you're not really teaching the public anything. You're not. If you do a product comparison, do a comparison. Don't say who wins or which is better. If you say so, then say that's your opinion. Or that's the paid opinion by Apple. But you should also consider these facts. I mean, if you look at my LG Watch Urbane review, yes, I am a Samsung fan, but I felt that I gave it a fair review. Please let me know if you feel differently. I thought my Urbane review was pretty down the middle towards it. Things I liked, things I didn't like. I liked it. You may dislike it, or I disliked this. You dislike that. Please let me know if you found that too biased or not, because I like to use you guys as my check. So anytime I do a review, and the reason why I ask for feedback is let me know if you feel like I'm being too biased. Because this is where I like to teach the people about these things. I want you to learn. Like, when you think about devices and why one company does better than the other, get the whole picture before you make a judgment. Let me see here. I went to the Samsung Experience booth at Best Buy. I know more than they do. Yeah, period. Done. I always know more than my own Samsung rep. Mika Blackheart, is the Gear... And sorry, guys, I'm going to speed through these questions because I got like 12 minutes left. Is the Gear S on AT&T unlocked? I have T-Mobile version, but I may switch. They're actually compatible because the Gear S for the AT&T version... pretty much put it this way, AT&T and T-Mobile use the same cell towers. I've had many people actually switch and just transfer it over. You might just need like an unlock code or something like that. Leonard Holly, do you own a tablet? I do not. That tablet over there is actually my mom's. I picked it up for her store, so I pretty much brought her register to the 21st century. But I might be, after getting that for her, I might be looking into getting one. Vabav. Oh, sorry, I keep pronouncing your past name. Your name. Sorry. Which Samsung phone you use as your daily driver? The Samsung Note 4, in all its beauty. This is the phone I've been using. I had the Note 3 and then I dropped it, and I picked this guy up, and I've been happy with it. I've been very happy with it up to the Lollipop update. The Lollipop update has pretty much tarnished my experience. But hopefully they fix it. I'll be getting the Note 5 if it's good. So you're just answering questions. Ahmed, so what will Samsung do with the new Gear A advertising? Beats me. It beats me what Samsung is going to do with the Gear A advertising. I don't think there's going to be any advertising at all. They might just bring it out during the press conference and that might be it. Like, okay, word of mouth, go for it. Like, I don't know. They need to fire her. Fire her now. You are losing money because of her stupid decisions. No Edge user. I'll put it this way, guys. When my Note 3 broke, I wanted to get the Note Edge, but it wasn't quite released. So I decided to use the 2-week return policy because Best Buy was like, oh, we'll get the Note Edge in about a week or so. I'm like, all right, so I'll pick up the Note 4, use that for a week, and I'll get the Note Edge. 2 weeks later, never arrived. So I ended up being stuck with the Note 4. But it ended up being a happy mistake because I got to play around with the Gear VR. Sorry. That's my little jab at you, no Edge users. Let me see here. Vabhav, you don't make it through the day with your Gear. You don't make it through the day with your Gear S. It lasts 5-6 hours on a full charge. So here's a couple things to keep in mind. I'm going to show you. So you're tap and hold your screen. Oh, not your screen. Top down. What am I doing? I'm sorry. Press and hold your home button. I gotta remember how to use this damn device. Mobile networks. Make sure your mobile network's on auto on and off. Or if you don't have a SIM card registered, make sure it's off. Because when it's on, it eats a lot more power. Number 2, make sure your Wi-Fi is off. Number 3, screen resolution is on auto. So it's, auto on and off. Wake up gestures, it's up to you. The screen brightness thing too, it's because if you have it on bright all the time, it's just wasting needless power. You don't need to have it on all the time. I have mine on vibrate. So that's my setting. And at the same time, it's on your use too. If you're constantly on it throughout the day, then it's going to drain more power. But those are my settings, and I get up to 36 hours of charge. So let me know if you have it different. Because if you're losing that much power, you might have a faulty battery, which has been an issue with these devices. So you can literally just you can send it back to Samsung. They'll replace the battery, and your battery issue is solved. Mr. Techroid, how have you been? Very stressed. Very stressed lately. A lot of things going right and wrong, and I'm at quite the crossroads in my life right now. So I'll talk to that in a bit. Let me put it this way: can you guys actually stop with the questions? I'm gonna finish answering the questions you guys have right now. I'll finish with Mr. Techroid's question, and then we'll just call it a night here. Because I have it on auto shut off, so it's gonna cut me off in 7 minutes. So, speedrun questions. When is the last time you've seen a Gear S commercial? Never. 4K monitor. Should I wait? No. You can pick up a really good LED. You can pick up a really good LED screen right now, and they look like I watch 4K videos on my high resolution screens. You don't really, to be honest, you really don't need it per se. But if you can, I'll put it this way: if you can get a 4K monitor for under $300, I say get it. But I don't spend more than $200 on my monitors. I just feel like that's a waste of money, because even my Acer right here, this guy right here, cost me $169.99. Contrast ratio is really good. Bright, like I got a Newegg, it was on sale, but I feel like that price, like it's a great monitor. All my games look gorgeous. My video editing is good. Like I don't need anything more. So I say you should wait. Okay, settings, mobile network, clock. Oh my gosh, yeah. Vabhav, turn off the mobile network to be on auto. Your clock always on? No, always on. Turn that off because that's wasting battery. No. Motion sensor, that helps. Display up brightness auto, that's good. Vibe, I really like using it on clock on setting. Do try it with default. The thing is, dude, like it's nice to have it, but you're not going to be looking at your watch the entire time. So I would say turn off the always on and leave the motion gestures, because as soon as you put your wrist up, it'll turn on. So just use that function instead. Because if you have your clock on all day, you're not going to, like, it's just a waste, in my opinion, dude. And Unonis, thank you for your comment. But going back to Mr. Techroy, so what I was saying earlier about what's going on right now, and I'll share with you guys. I like being candid with you guys. I'm at a crossroads right now, just because when I was talking about possibly quitting my job and doing my own thing, it's because it's not that YouTube is taking off. I'm not making a lot of money off of this. Like, don't think that I'm making tons of money on this. It's actually, I had a guy who came by and he offered to two gentlemen who offered to fund my video gaming business, my tech store / video game experience. So I won't talk too much about it because I don't want to give my idea away, but they're willing to fund it, which means I can do YouTube and that full time and just live out the dream and build stores throughout the world. But they want to see me invest in it first. What that means is open up the business myself with the funds, the little funds I do have, and then that, which will require me to also quit my job. So I would lose my support income, my support benefits, and run off the little savings that I have to start this thing. But all they require is they don't need to see profits or anything. They just want to see that the business model works. They just want to see that I get the foot traffic I need, that the online sales go. Like, they just want to see that, like, they just don't want to see, like, oh, I say that I'm going to get 50 people and I only get one. They just want to see a good crowd coming in with the little marketing that I'll have. So they just want me to test it out for about a month, about 3 months. And then after they see that there's some minor growth, there's some people, which I'm confident that there will be, they will fund the entire business plan, which is a significant amount, which would be the dream. But just for but I have to risk those 3 months and potentially it not succeeding, and then me not being able to go back to my job, which is very secure, by the way. But if I leave it, it's not secure anymore, and it's not easy to get back into that company. And so I'm risking my future essentially right now. And the thing is, I'm not even financially ready for that kind of commitment. I am not, like, I have the means to get started, but to support my bills and everything, and my girlfriend, like, we just don't have that between us. But the thing is, it's an opportunity for me to do it, and these guys are actually ready with their checkbooks, and I'm like, do I just take the leap of faith? And like, that's what I'm really worried about, and that's why, like, I've been very stressed lately about that. To be honest, guys, like, you guys and this channel have been so great. Like, you guys have really opened my eyes, and you guys have really, helped me through this time, and you've opened up the opportunities. Because the thing is, these guys, I would not be having this discussion with these guys if it wasn't for this channel, because they can see what I can do. And it's just, but at the same time, it's a huge gamble, and it sucks because I don't want to sit there 20 years from now and regret not doing it if I knew it was going to work. But at the same time, right now, I'm sure that it will. But I got to support my parents. I got to support my girlfriend, my wife to be, fiance to be. And then I got financial obligations to take care of. So it's like, it sucks. I got responsibility, so I can't be 100% reckless. So I'm at a crossroads. Like, my girlfriend supports me. My parents are half supporting me because they don't want to see me fail ultimately. And so, like, these watch bands have been helping, but once again, I sell these watch bands at cost. So I don't make much money on it. So I'm actually trying to negotiate with the guy to see if I can get a cut now, just because I sold enough of these bands for him. I should make a little side cash. There's that. I mean, and the thing too is, like, I know that the Indiegogo campaign, it's not gonna sell like gangbusters. I'm not gonna reach the $15,000 mark. I know I'm not. So, like, for me, it's like, if I ever hit that $100,000 mark, I would fund the business with that, because that's more than enough to fund it. But the $15,000 mark, it's just to get those bands made, and once they're made, I can maybe make money on the sales from after they're made and stuff. So I got my hands tied, and so that's just where I am right now. And so anything like, just, yeah, I'm sorry, like, I'm all over the place, but that's what I'm doing right now. And so I'll be making my decision within the next week. So you might see an update video next weekend, just because these guys kind of want me to move fast, and the thing is, right now is the time to get in there. So that's what I'm doing. So just wish me luck, guys. For those of you guys listening to the podcast, if you guys are actually listening to this part of the video, just thank you for your support. Like, and the thing is, I don't care if it's financial, if it's just views, comments. I just appreciate anything you guys can do. It doesn't even have to be financial. The fact that you're watching my videos, whether you're from Kuwait, there's my shout out to you, Ahmed, Malaysia, around the world, in this country, just watching my videos, sharing, commenting it's the perfect support system I need. If you can financially help out, I also appreciate that. Whatever you guys can do, like, I'm not, and the thing is, I'm not sitting here groveling for money so I can just get a quick buck. No, it's not. This is really trying to get back to you guys, because the thing is, what's the one cool thing that's going to come out if I do this endeavor and push it, it's you guys are going to get a lot more content from me. So you'll be seeing a lot more of my pretty face. No, I'll be making a lot more tech videos, a lot more review videos, a lot more comparison videos, more podcasts. I may make these more frequent. My gaming channel will be it'll be up and running, and my BTS channel will pretty much become like my daily vlog. So it'll be no category. It'll just be videos of me, and I'll do that. So I'm not depressed. So if you guys are getting, sorry if I gave that vibe off, I'm not depressed whatsoever. It's just a very big decision. It's a very tough and very big decision. So it's just weighing very heavily upon my shoulders. But definitely gonna do that. And yes, Mr. Mammy, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'm treating my dad to dinner tomorrow night, so there's that. So definitely, for all you guys who are dads, I know there's several of you, happy Father's Day, because I know I made a video of giving my mom her dream car because I worked really hard with my girlfriend. But don't worry, my dad, like, my goal is to get for my dad is, one, paying off the house mortgage, but number two is, you guys would appreciate this, he wants a C2 Stingray. That's his dream car, and that is the car that I'm hoping to get him one day. So don't worry, he's gonna get his fair share. But no, thank you guys. No, thank you, seriously. Mr. Tech Warrior, you will make it. Take the leap of faith. If you believe in this idea, you should put your heart and soul in it. I am gearing towards that. I really am. Financially, anyone else listening would say that's the most dumbest decision that you can ever make, but I'm not married yet. I mean, I will be. I know I will be, and I'll have kids in the future, but right now is probably the best time I could take this risk. And I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm actually talking right now. I'm talking myself into doing it. But actually, next week, what I'm doing next week is I'm gonna be meeting with my cousins. They're not rich, but they got some money. But I talked to them before, but now I'm coming to them with a different proposition. So I'm gonna be talking to them a little bit. So if they can help out, it'll make the decision a little bit easier. But so Esther Nuna and Philip Hyung, if you are watching, but no, guys, if this is what's gonna happen. So, but thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate that. Like, I'm here for you. Like the whole, and here's I'm going on longer than my time frame now, and I don't care. The whole point of me doing my business is to create an environment for people like us. Period. I'm doing it for people like us. Like, I'm making this channel because I'm making a channel. I'm making this channel for people to get together, get the information they need, but a community. This comment board is a perfect example. Make a community, but also make a physical space where people like us can just go and meet up, hang out. If we need to buy some stuff, buy some stuff. But I call it gamers heaven for a reason. And it's not just games. It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be a place where you can just come, and that's it. There's no judgment, nothing. You hang out, get what you need. There's gonna be plenty of things to do. I'm not gonna spill all the beans and my secret sauce. But that's what's gonna be. So, and this is why I started the YouTube channel, because this is part of the business in the future that I have in mind. So thankfully, we are growing the community. And I'm doing what I can to foster to you guys. So there's that. And I won't look back, because the thing is, once you start, you don't look back. If you do, it's gonna suck. Yep, that's very true. I don't want to regret not doing it. I regret not doing it earlier, but the ex-fiance put a wrench into my racket, but into my gears. But I'll do it. Leonard Holly, invite me to your wedding. Hey, we'll probably do it, and don't judge me. We're probably gonna do a destination wedding in Florida, Disney World, because me and my girlfriend are both Disney fans, so we might do it there. So if you guys want to come down to Florida, you're more than welcome to come to the wedding. Oh man, but yeah. No, Mr. Techroy, Blazing Geek, every one of you guys are right. No, you guys are right. I'll put it this way. I am 85% sure I'm going to do this. It's just the 15% I just got to push out. That's it. And, but with 85, it's still passing. I'm going to do it. You can't help but be worried. You can't blame me for being worried. But we'll see where it goes, and you guys will definitely be tuned in. So if you're not already subscribed, definitely subscribe to my LPX BTS channel, and the LPX Games channel, because if this thing gets going, you're going to be seeing a daily vlog on the BTS channel. Pretty much setting up the business, where I am, how it's going. I'm going to do daily vlogs on that site, and I'll be focusing on the video games as well too. So I definitely appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel. I really do. But with that said, I am going to wrap up this podcast, guys. I'm over my 2-hour time limit. I am very tired. I probably should go get some sleep. I only got 3 hours of sleep last night because I was up late finishing editing and uploading that Urbane video. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate the company and the conversation. It makes these podcasts go a lot quicker. The fact that 2 hours just flew by is awesome. So thank you guys. And you'll see an update from me. I definitely will. And once again, Leonard, and to all the other dads out there, happy Father's Day, because it's not easy being a dad. It's not easy. I can't say from experience, but just realizing the sacrifice that my own father went through, how hard he works just so you could take care of me and my sister. I understand. And so I have the utmost respect to you guys, to all the dads out there. And the thing is, to the guys who are still single or just dating, definitely call up your dad. It's not easy It's not easy. It's not easy raising kids. Just because I sit here right now, I could imagine if I had a kid right now. Because I had to put my life on hold. I would still stay at my job because I got to take care of another human being. So that's a huge sacrifice. So definitely props to you guys. So definitely take the day and celebrate. Take the day off. It's your day. I'm sure I'm gonna be spoiling my dad tomorrow. And once again, guys, to all the single guys, go call. If you haven't talked to your dad in a while, give him a call. Say hi. Say I love you. Appreciate what you do. That's something that we should all do. Because at the end of the day, guys, you wouldn't be here without them. With that said, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. The next podcast will be in 2 weeks. I'm taking a break. Remember, this original thing was every other week. But we'll be on episode 7, and the date will be July 3rd. So it's going to be July 4th weekend. So I'll do that on Friday night. So there will be that. But thanks for stopping by, guys. For those of you listening on the audio, thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Have a good day, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is around the world. Take care. Bye, guys. What's that?